Grand Rising, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It is Thursday, and you are now in the light, and you're now a part of the Goddess of Light, Magee's morning show. Mm, Y'all, it's early. It's early, y'all. You know I like to say it's early, y'all. I have not opened my blinds yet. I have not opened my curtains yet because the seasons are changing and it is almost fall, the season of fall, and the sky is still dark. Yes, the sky is still dark. During the summer months, about this time, I would already have my blinds open and my curtains pulled back. The windows that I do have curtains on, I don't have curtains on all the windows, but I would already have those pulled back to watch the sunrise. And then I would even go outside to watch the sunrise. But now it's dark, so I am not going to be opening up my curtains just yet. But I am ready to share with you guys this morning a continuation of my journey with astrology and spirituality. And yesterday we did a little astrology 101 and we made it to the houses in the zodiac. Their houses, elements, planets, and your zodiac sign. There's so many things involved in astrology. So a little astrology 101. We are going to continue with the houses. We did 2 houses on yesterday. There are 12. So I will continue and we will be starting on the third house. Okay. All right. Make sure you guys, when you come into the room, give me some likes. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hit the notification bell twice after you subscribe, of course. I know you're going to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell twice. That way, whenever I go live or whatever I do on my channel, you'll be here for it. It's early, y'all. My voice is still kind of raspy. Let me get a little water. Maybe that will help. It's early. I can't sleep. It seems like I can't sleep after 4:30. I'm up. Sometimes I might sleep a little late, maybe to about 6. That's the latest. Because I go to bed early. That's why. hmm Yes, I go to bed early, early, early. That's why I'm up early. Okay, I hope you guys will enjoy the show this morning. I have my coffee. Have you guys made your coffee yet? Have you had coffee? Mm. Oh, coffee is so good. Mm. I have to have my coffee and my water in the morning. I got to get that coffee, girl. Folgers, all the way, Folgers. Mm. Delicious, delicious. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I like to spend maybe about 30 to 40 minutes on my morning show. Never an hour. I think that's too long. Um, I think about 30 minutes I would have to give this morning, give or take a few minutes. Okay, we're going to get started. We're going to continue. And we are going to the third house. Yes, we're going to the third house. Let me just, for you guys that missed me on yesterday, I'll just read this little excerpt here and then we'll get into the houses. Astrology 101. The keys to understanding astrology by their groupings into elements, qualities, ruling planets, and houses. Okay, let's continue and go to the third house. The third house, let me just go back. Sorry about that. I start from the beginning for those of you that did not catch the replay on yesterday. There are 12 houses in the zodiac. The first house is the house of self. The first house is the house of self. And it is the home of the ascendants, the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon at the excuse me, the precise moment of one's birth. Okay, let's go to the second house. The second house is the house of possession. The second house is commonly referred to as the house of possessions. While this speaks to that which we own, it's not limited simply to tangible things. We own our feelings and emotions, as well as our inner selves, abilities, needs, and wants. When we own up to something, we are in fact claiming ownership of our greatest possession, ourself. Just a few words on those two houses. Now we can continue to the third house. Okay, the third house. The third house is the house of communication. The third house is commonly referred to as the house of communication. In this house, much of the communication is going on between the individual and those he or she holds close, brothers and sisters, as well as neighbors. While communication here can be both written and verbal, it also has a conscious quality to it. Think about the kindred spirits and mental connections. This serves to highlight the role of intelligence within the third house. Intelligence, as viewed in this realm, is the analytical ability one possesses within his or her environment, specifically a basic group of things and a practical sensibility. We use this intelligence to help us work effectively within our world and with those in it. The third house reminds us that it's okay to, oh, no, get out of there. My internet is acting up. The third house reminds us that it's okay to use our conscious skills as well as a more reflective intelligence in order to make our way. A symbiotic relationship with those we hold close is a part of the plan. Let's not forget that our minds are powerful, quick, and detectuous. Some things will be well thought out, others nearly automatic. Maximizing our psalm potential is the key. A little bit more here on the third house. Early education effectively teaching us how to think and communicate is also covered by the third house, as are short trips. Again, the proximate nature of travel speaks to the intimate nature of the third house. Those we know well in our environment, keeping that environment right. Harnessing our intelligence and sharing it effectively with others is the essence of the third house. How do we best state our case with others? Often we love the most. Will our actions be true to our environment and our planet for all time? This brings to the four emerging forms of intelligence gathering, such as computers. Will they make or break communication as we know it? The question posed by the third house can be answered by listening to that house. Think, possess, share. All right, this is just a little astrology 101. So let's move on to, I probably won't do all 12 houses today. I will probably do two more and we'll move on to the elements and their qualities. The elements are earth, air, fire, and water. Okay. All right, let's go on to the fourth house. Let me get a drink of water. The fourth house is the house of family and home. The fourth house is commonly referred to as the house of home. When we think of home, we think of that place where we put down our roots. We lay our foundation and plant ourselves firmly into the earth, as it were. One day we will return to that very same earth. The fourth house brings things full circle by also addressing old age, endings, and our final resting place. Much of the emphasis of the fourth house, however, is on the concept of home. By laying down roots, we make a home for ourselves, or more specifically, the self. It's worth noting that in addition to the external home, all the bricks and mortar around us, we have really brought the essential self home. I'm home. The words themselves have a peaceful ring to them. The self is now centered, grounded, one, and at peace with the earth. We seek to come home both physically and psychically, mm, for ourselves and for those we love. By creating home, we create a meeting place, a sanctuary, a sacred place for ourselves and for others. In our home, we integrate the self with all that has come before us and help to shape what we are today. We create a domestic space which comforts and nurtures us and serves to keep safe those we love. Also important here are family history, cultural and societal norms and ways of being. All of these are ruled by the fourth house, as are our ancestry, roots, and heritage. These qualities are brought home, quote unquote, home, through us and integrated into the place we call home. Helping to create the home we make our parents, for it is they who greatly nurture and shape our beings. Therefore, the fourth house can also be thought of as the house of mother, the parent, or the nurturer. Okay. Looking at things from a strictly tangible point of view, we can see that the fourth house also encompasses physical structures, houses, and real estate. The fourth house represents family, history, and traditions. All of these things contribute to the process of becoming a true, actualized, and individualized self. This is how we come home. Okay, let me just check back with you guys. Let me check the comment section to see if anyone has joined me and has left a comment. Come on, StreamYard. StreamYard is moving kind of slow this morning. I give it a few minutes. Okay, let's continue. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Goddess of Light Magee's morning show. I am doing Astrology 101. We are now talking about astrology and the 12 houses, and I will continue with the four elements. We have gone over two more houses this morning. We did two yesterday. I am going to do three today. We've done the third house, the fourth house, and I will be now doing the fifth house and moving on to the elements. Okay. All right. We're going now to the fourth house. There are 12 houses in the zodiac. Okay, we're on the fourth house. The fourth house is, did I say the fourth house? We're on the fifth house. I'm looking at fifth house and then checking the fourth house. Okay, the fifth house. The fifth house is the house of pleasure. The fifth house is commonly referred to as the house of pleasure. Oftentimes, pleasure is the result of a creative act. The simple act of creating is essentially giving of oneself and making something, making another. Yes, the fifth house does speak to procreation and children, but it also addresses the creation of art and culture. The creative life is one from which we can derive much personal pleasure and self-satisfaction. Do I like this? Does it make me feel good? Does it bring me pleasure? The answers therein are the domain of the fifth house. Taking this pleasure principle a step further, one can give it a more human face, even two faces. Romance and romantic affairs, both emotional pleasures, are within the realm of the fifth house. Emotional satisfaction can be gained in many ways, and yet another way addressed by the house is gambling. While this implies a financial risk, it can also be viewed as the willingness to take a risk on love, with money, or in life. A gut risk in the hopes of a pleasurable outcome is how the fifth house sees it. This house is actually quite rich with pleasure since it also lords over fun, games, and hobbies. Life is more, no, stop it. Life is more than just being or doing. It also includes finding a pleasure in the acts in which we engage. Children as a source of pleasure are also important in the fifth house. This brings us back to creativity, since through our children we create an extension of ourselves and then watch it grow. Giving our children all the good we had and have, and then some, is certainly a pleasurable pursuit. How will this manifest itself? What form of pleasure and emotional release is best for our children? Music, dance, theater, art, science, literature. These fancies, no, this computer is acting up. These fancies are for them and for us. Play for play for the purpose of emotional enrichment and pure pleasure is what the fifth house is all about. The fifth house is ruled by Leo and the Sun. Okay, we're going to stop there on the houses. This is just a little astrology 101. And let me check comment section. Okay, thanks for joining me. Hello, 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 Grand Rising. Make sure you all give me some likes as you come into the room. Just doing a little astrology 101 here. Let me let's see. Let me do another banner. Type it in astrology. I thought I had it here, but it's on in the title. Okay. Astrology 101. Oop, there we go. Okay. All right. Now let's move on. We are going to talk about the four elements that are a part of astrology. The four elements and their qualities: earth, air, fire, and water. Okay. Then we'll read their qualities: the cardinal quality, fixed quality, mutable quality, and oh, it's just three. Okay. All right. Let's start with earth. Okay. The element of earth is attached to the signs Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And it also rules the second, sixth, and seventh houses. All the earthy metaphors are appropriate here: salt of the earth, feet firmly planted on the ground, and so forth. Those graced by an earth sign in their horoscope are practical, grounded, and dependable. These folk don't take big risks. Rather, they much prefer a sure thing. That's the Taurus, Virgo, and the Capricorn. Okay. Much like the elements are considered the building blocks in nature, earth signs are the builders of the zodiac. To these signs, creation is a tangible proposition, whether it's building jobs or a home, or creating comfortable rooms within that home through the acquisition of possessions. Earth signers are all about what is solid around us. Those influenced by this element feel best once they have accumulated a goodly number of worldly possessions. They risk inherent in this, however, is that these individuals may become greedy and far too materialistic. The element of the earth also confers a sense of duty, responsibility, and reliability to those in its sphere. These are the people who you can count on to be there when you need them. Those influenced by Earth also tend toward caution and conservation conservatism, in both desire and approach. That said, they are sensuous, certainly in that they appreciate a good meal and fine wine better than anyone else. The logical mind of the earth signer is always appreciated. In keeping with this measured approach, these folks also display considerable recuperative powers. On the flip side of things, however, those supported by Earth may be so caught up in their objective that they might overlook the feelings of others. It is a big picture after all. But these folks may be more concerned with the finish line than the journey they are taking. One last paragraph here. Earth signs are dependable, practical, and conservative, yet fairly materialistic. They have their feet on the ground, but their eyes on the prize. Oh, that sounds like me keeping my eyes on the prize. Okay, let's move on to air. Excuse me, I am going to have a drink of water. Honey, this reading and talking early in the morning, I need my water. Okay, air. The element air. I am my zodiac sign is a Libra, and the element that my sign falls under is air. So let's check out air. After I get a drink of coffee, of course. I don't know if coffee can go. Hold on one second. Let me mute this mic. Okay, Miss Virginia. Hello, hello. Good morning. You are awake. You are here. We are live. Yes, we're doing a little astrology 101, talking about the elements and the houses of the zodiac and all of that. Good morning, beautiful. And she said, LOL, good. Okay, 4 elements. Yes, very educational. Yes, salt of the earth, salt of the earth. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Miss Regina. Okay, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to give me some likes. Okay, I'm going to continue with the element air. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. Astrology 101. Let's go to the houses. Okay. Why is this thing not? Uh, there we go. I was fixing to say. Okay. The element of air is attached to the signs Gemini, Libra, which I am a Libra, and Aquarius. It also rules the third. We just got to reading about the third house. Okay, the third, seventh, and 11th houses. It is rare. It is rarefied, rarefied air, which usually surrounds those graced by this element, as this is the marker of intellectual. Airy people are smart thinkers, and handle abstract reasoning well. They love to analyze. I am back, you guys. Oh, I got cut off. I hope you guys were able to hear. Mm, I don't know if I should read that air sign. Oh, I got disconnected some kind of way. I got disconnected. The only thing going live and trying to work off of this Wi-Fi is you have to be careful because, honey, if the connection messes up, it boots you off. That's the only thing I hate. Um, I'm probably gonna have to get some internet. Grounded internet. This Wi-Fi is. Oh, I have the little box, the Wi-Fi box. Um, and it's I don't know, just threw me off. But anyway, let's continue and see if I can stay connected. Okay, let's go to the next element, which is fire. The element of fire is associated with the signs Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and oh, it also rules the first, fifth, and ninth houses. As one would expect, those graced by fire are fiery indeed. They are enthusiastic and sometimes larger than life, just like a fire that is left untended. However, fire signs can burn out of control, so it's best to tend those embers. A fire sign is also an indicator of creativity. This element manifests itself in creativity in unique ways, and glow, those in its glow are wonderfully courageous and lively spirits. Those influenced by a fire sign are self sufficient, spontaneous, and possess a tremendous zest for life. It also stands to reason that a combustible fire signer would be ardent in the game of love. Yes, these are the sexiest signs of the zodiac. Knowing that they are the cat's meow and climbing even higher in the name of love. To their credit, those touched by fire are often an inspiration to others, certainly for their adherence to solid moral and religious ideas. If there is a flip side to the element of fire, it can be that those uh, who bear its will can be, oh my goodness, can be overly strident in getting their way. Call them bossy, even. Those folks can come across rather forcibly. Selfishness and an overdeveloped ego can also be seen as part of a fiery individual's shadowy side. I believe that. I know some areas, and that is true. Fire signs are strong, self assured, creative, and fun. When they get too hot to touch, though, it may be a good idea to stand back. Okay, let's continue with the last element, uh, which is water. Water. The element of water is associated Okay, you guys, I keep getting knocked off, so I am going to end it here. I keep getting knocked off. Anyway, tomorrow or later on today, I think we might have missed, I think you guys might have missed the air and the water signs. I keep getting knocked off the internet. I am back. But I'm not going to try it again because I hate to go over all of these elements and you guys um, don't hear me or whatever. I don't know. Internet is messing up this morning. So I will be back. I will continue later on when things are better, or it will be tomorrow morning. We will continue with the elements. Thanks for joining me this morning on the Goddess of Light Magee's morning show. I appreciate you joining me uh, as I go through my journey with astrology and spirituality. Thanks for joining me today. Go out and make it a great one. Namaste.